Someone from heaven is trying to talk to you about a person who is leaving you forever. My beloved child, stop for a moment. Don't scroll. Don't rush. There is something you are not supposed to miss right now. Someone from heaven is trying desperately to reach your soul. They've tried in your dreams, they've whispered through the winds, they have made the lights flicker, the phone ring, the songs change, and the clock stop, all to get your attention. And still, you think it's just coincidence. But today, you paused. You're reading this. That means the message finally found you. They are trying to speak to you about someone here on earth, someone you're holding close in your spirit, maybe even tighter than you realize, someone you never thought would walk away. But they're leaving, not because they hate you, not because they stopped loving you, but because their soul is tired. And this heavenly soul watching from above can't stay quiet anymore. This is not to scare you, my child. This is to awaken you. Because if you knew how many moments you've missed by not speaking your heart, you would cry until morning. That person you're thinking of right now, they can still feel your energy. But lately, something inside them has started to pull away. You can sense it. Their eyes don't hold you like they used to. Their words come out slower. Their presence feels like it's fading, even when they're right next to you. The one from heaven, the soul who once held your hand when you were young, the one who prayed for you every night, is watching all of this, and today they are saying, tell them, please, tell them, let them know before it's too late. Love letter. If this message is reaching the deepest part of you already, then pause here and subscribe. Not for me, but so you never miss what heaven is trying to say next. Because someone out there is sending you love in every word you read here. Love letter. Now listen closely, my child. This isn't a message you found by mistake. That person who's slipping away, they've been crying behind closed doors. They've been writing messages and deleting them. They've been walking in circles, trying to understand why they feel this heavy sadness around you, even though they love you deeply. And you felt it too. You just didn't want to admit it. There are times when two souls meet in this life to learn, to grow, and sometimes to part. Not all departures are dramatic. Some are slow, almost invisible, like the last star fading into dawn. And that's what this is becoming. A soft goodbye, one that doesn't scream but aches, one that doesn't break things but quietly walks out of the door you left open. But here's the part they need you to hear. It's not too late. Not yet. You can still say what your heart has been afraid to say. You can still ask them if they're okay. You can still reach for their hand before it lets go completely, because heaven is watching, and they know if you don't speak now, the silence will be permanent. They're not asking you to fix everything, just to feel, to care enough to stay present, to love even in the confusion. Because soon your life will move forward. Days will pass. Time will blur the faces and voices, but what you do right now, that will echo forever. And the person in heaven, they're trying to make sure you don't live with, "I wish I had." My child, you've been asking for a sign, haven't you? Quietly in your heart you've said, "God, just show me if I should let go or hold on." Well, this is that sign. I am speaking through every word, through every breath of this message. You are not imagining what's happening. That person, yes, the one who matters more than they'll ever know, is quietly detaching. Not because you're unworthy, not because you did something wrong, but because life has changed them. Just like it's changed you. And somewhere in the changing, they got tired of pretending they're okay. You've seen them. You've looked in their eyes and felt the distance. You've noticed they no longer tell you about their day like they used to. Their laughter doesn't reach their eyes anymore. You felt it, didn't you? That silent pain, that growing gap. You told yourself it's just a phase. You convinced your heart to wait. But heaven says now is the time to act, not to beg. Not to chase, but to awaken, to see clearly, and to ask gently, "What are you not saying?" Because here's a truth very few people understand. Most people don't leave suddenly. They leave silently. They leave emotionally first. They stop dreaming out loud. They stop hoping. And by the time they physically walk away, their spirit left long ago. That's why this heavenly soul is trying to stop the drift while there's still time. Someone from heaven is watching both of you, and they are heartbroken. They see the love, they see the history, they see the unspoken things you both are too scared to say, and they want you to know, if you still love them, you must show it now. Not with perfect words, but with real ones, with presence, with truth, even if your voice shakes, even if your eyes fill up. Let me tell you something I see from heaven's view. That person doesn't want to leave. They're just tired of feeling like they don't matter. They don't know how to ask for more. They've told themselves you wouldn't understand. They've convinced their own heart to start letting go quietly. They've been saying goodbye in their soul. But you still have a chance. A chance to remind them why they ever felt safe with you in the first place. And if you're reading this thinking it's already too late, then hear this. It's never too late for love to rise. Never too late to say, "I see you." Never too late to choose presence over pride. You don't have to fix everything. You just have to stop acting like everything is fine when it's not. Let your soul be honest for once. That's where the miracles begin. You asked heaven for clarity. You wanted to know why you've been feeling so restless, so disconnected, so unsure. It's because the energy between you and this person is shifting. And if you don't slow down and pay attention now, you will miss the moment when they walk away for good. And all you'll have left is a memory filled with what ifs. So pause, breathe, think. Who are you afraid to lose right now? That's the one heaven is talking about. Love letter. If this is opening something inside you, don't leave without subscribing, because heaven isn't done speaking, and you're going to need these messages more than ever in the coming days. Love letter. Now come closer, my child. There is something I need to whisper directly to your soul. Listen, not with your ears, but with your heart. That person who's pulling away, they still check your messages. They still hope for a sign that you care. They still play the song you both loved. They still wait for you to ask them how they really feel. They're not gone yet, but they are at the edge. And once they cross over into silence, you may never get the chance to say what your heart holds. So what are you waiting for? Time? Permission? A perfect moment? I am telling you, this is the moment. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now, go to them. Speak honestly. Hold them, even if it's awkward, even if they don't respond right away. Let them feel your soul reach out and say, I don't want to lose you, not like this. And if they still walk away, then at least you'll know you gave your truth. You won't carry the weight of silence on your shoulders. You won't be haunted by the words you never said. You'll have peace because you tried, and that matters more than you know. Heaven is watching, and the one who sent you this message from the other side, they are smiling now because finally you're listening. Finally, you're awake. And now you have a choice. What will you do with it? My beloved, when heaven speaks like this, it is not to pressure you. It's to protect you, because the pain of unspoken words becomes a shadow that follows you everywhere. And I don't want you to carry that. I don't want you to look back one day and say, why didn't I say it when I had the chance? You may think that person knows how you feel, but they don't, not fully, because people often hide their pain behind smiles. They laugh even when they're breaking. And sometimes the strongest ones are the closest to walking away simply because they're tired of feeling invisible. You don't need a long speech. You don't need to fix all the mistakes. You only need a moment of truth. A moment where you sit with them and say, I still care. I know things have changed, but I'm still here. That single moment can rebuild what you thought was lost forever. And if you're feeling like your heart is breaking just reading this, it means you already know. You already feel what's happening. That person may not have said the words, but their actions have been whispering goodbye. You can feel them drifting. You can feel the silence getting louder. And yet, some part of you has been waiting, hoping, praying for a sign. This is your sign. This is heaven reaching through the veil, asking you to look closer. Because that person, they're not just someone. They are tied to your destiny. They came into your life for a reason. They were part of a promise your soul made long before you were born. You two were meant to meet, meant to learn, meant to love, and maybe, just maybe, meant to let go when the time is right. But that time is not now. Not yet. Heaven is saying you still have a chance. The light hasn't gone out. It's flickering. But if you move now, if you speak now, it can still shine. Child, you are stronger than you think. You are more intuitive than you realize, and your heart is braver than you give it credit for. You can do this. You can open up before the silence becomes permanent. You can fight for what still breathes between you. You don't have to be perfect. Just be real. Love letter. If this message is moving you, don't just feel it, follow it. Subscribe so you never miss what heaven is trying to say. These words are sacred, and they are sent to prepare you for the changes ahead. Love letter. Let me show you something from heaven's view. You and this person were once so close. Your souls could hear each other's thoughts. There was a connection that didn't need words. You looked at them and they smiled before you even said anything. That's rare. That's divine. That's not something the universe gives easily. But lately, there's been silence, and it's not peaceful silence. It's the kind that aches, the kind that leaves questions unanswered, the kind that makes the nights feel longer than they should. Heaven saw the night they cried themselves to sleep. Heaven heard the way you whispered their name when you thought no one was listening. Heaven watched you both trying to be strong while your hearts begged for softness. And now heaven is stepping in because it's time. Time to tell the truth. Time to let your walls fall down. Time to remember what this love really means to you. My dear one, there's a moment coming very soon when this person will make a choice. They're standing at a crossroads, and depending on what you say or don't say, that moment could shift everything. It could be the beginning of a new chapter or the final page of a beautiful book. And I don't want you to read that last page with regret. That's why someone from heaven is here, whispering through this message. That person you love is not beyond reach yet. Their heart still wants to believe. Their soul still waits for your words. Even if they act distant, even if they pretend they're okay, even if they say I'm fine, don't believe the silence. Believe what your soul is telling you right now. You were meant to love them deeply, and you still do. So don't hide it. Because one day, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day you'll wake up and they'll be gone. And you'll wish you had held them tighter. You'll wish you had stayed a little longer. You'll wish you had sent that message, made that call, shown up when it mattered most. But you still have time. You still have choice. You still have power. Use it. Use your voice while it still matters. Use your love while it still reaches them. Because even now, even in this moment, they're waiting. Maybe not with words, but with heart, with silence, with longing. They're waiting to see if you still care. And heaven is waiting to see what you'll do next. My dear one, listen closely now because this part is important. The person who is leaving, they haven't left your heart not even for a second, and you haven't left theirs either. That's why you can still feel them. Why you keep thinking about them at random hours. Why you feel their name rising in your chest like a prayer you don't know how to say out loud. But if you ignore this feeling, if you let fear win, the connection will dim slowly at first, then all at once. You might say to yourself, if they wanted to stay, they'd show it. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you, and now is the moment I choose to reveal it. Download 77-letter wealth invocation prayer. Recite a tract. Pope Francis, Pope Benedict XVI, Pope John Paul II, the Dalai Lama, Prince William, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, and you wouldn't believe who else. Go to this place to invoke miracles. This 2,000-year-old wall is known for its divine prowess. Just last year, the secret to its extraordinary strength was discovered. Hidden beneath its stones lies a 77-letter invocation prayer, the source of its power. Most importantly, it was revealed that daily recitation of this prayer becomes a magnetic force, attracting wealth, health, happiness, and limitless abundance. Click the link in the description or comments section to unlock the secret of download the 77-letter invocation prayer right here. Trust me, once you witness the undeniable proof, you'll recognize it as nothing short of a miracle. My beloved child, now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you. But what if they're saying the same thing about you? What if they're walking away not because they want to, but because they think you've already let go? Don't let the silence lie to you. Don't let pride steal what love still wants to protect. This isn't just a test of love, it's a test of faith. Faith in your heart, faith in their heart, faith in what brought you two together in the first place. You weren't meant to find this message today by accident. Heaven placed it in your path because a soul on the other side, a soul who still watches over you, is whispering that this is your final window. The time when love can still speak before goodbye becomes permanent. Do you really want to live the rest of your life wondering what could have happened if you had just spoken your truth? Do you really want to let someone who once lit up your world walk out thinking they were never seen? I don't think you do, and neither does the one in heaven. They see what you don't. They see both hearts hurting, both souls reaching, both spirits wondering if the other still cares. And today, they are begging you. Don't wait until the funeral of a relationship to show up with flowers. Don't cry later over a goodbye you helped write in silence. If there's still love, speak it. If there's still care, show it. If you still dream about them, tell them. Even if they don't respond the way you expect, even if it doesn't fix everything overnight, at least you'll know you tried. You showed up. You opened your soul before it was too late. Love letter. And if your heart is aching while reading this, it's because heaven is unlocking something deep inside you. Subscribe so these messages don't get lost again, because the one in heaven still has more to say, and you'll need to hear it. Love letter. Now let me tell you something sacred. If that person leaves, if they walk away after everything, it will hurt. Yes, you will feel the absence like a storm in your bones. You'll sit in your room and wonder how something that felt so meant to be could just disappear. But if you've said all you needed to say, if you've opened your heart, if you've fought with your truth, then you will heal, because closure doesn't come from answers. It comes from courage. It comes from knowing that your soul didn't give up without trying. And the soul watching from above, they will rest easier knowing you listened. You answered the call. You didn't ignore the whisper. You honored the connection. You honored yourself. You might cry after this. You might feel shaky. That's okay. It means your heart is alive. It means love is still speaking. And I promise you this, whether they stay or go, whether this ends or transforms, your heart will become stronger than it has ever been. Not because everything went your way, but because you finally stopped running from your own depth. You finally trusted what your spirit knew all along, that love is the only thing worth showing up for, even when it's hard, even when it's uncertain, even when it's goodbye. But maybe, just maybe, it won't be goodbye after all. Maybe because of this message, something will shift. Maybe your voice will reach them in time. Maybe your truth will create space for theirs. Maybe this is the moment that saves what you thought was already gone. And if it is, then this message won't just be words. It will be a miracle sent from heaven straight to you in perfect time, right before the door closed. My child, you're still here. That means your heart is wide open right now. Heaven sees it. I see it. And most importantly, the one who's watching you from the other side, they see it too. They've been trying to reach you, not just through this message, but through the ache in your chest, through the dreams that feel too real, through the sudden memories that come like waves. And now that your spirit is finally still enough to hear, they are saying this: I never left you, and I never will. But I couldn't stay silent any longer while you're standing in front of a goodbye that's not supposed to happen yet. You might not understand how someone in heaven could be so connected to your present, but energy doesn't end with breath. Love doesn't disappear after death. When someone truly loves you, even from the other side, they fight for you in ways the world can't see. They walk beside you when no one else does. They whisper your name into the winds when your confidence breaks, and they send messages like this one when your life is about to turn a corner. This moment is one of those turns. You may not realize it, but your life is at a divine crossroads. What you choose to say or not say, what you choose to feel or suppress, will shape what unfolds next. This is not just about the person who's slowly walking away. This is also about you, your growth, your healing, your strength, your destiny. Because when someone leaves us, even while still breathing, it wakes up a part of our soul we didn't know was asleep. The part that remembers how fragile life is, how quickly time moves, how sacred connections are, and how much pain silence can carry. Don't let this connection become a lesson in regret. Let it become a lesson in love. Let it show you how brave your heart really is. Let it teach you how to be present even when you're scared. You have cried for others. You've shown up for people who never returned the favor. But now heaven is asking you to show up for this person. This one whose soul is still tethered to yours. Even if their words have become fewer, even if their distance feels colder, they haven't let go. They're just scared to ask if you still feel it too. You have a sacred opportunity now, one most people don't get. You can either watch this person become a memory, or you can make a memory with them that changes everything. So pick up the phone, write the message, drive to their house, sit with them in silence if that's all you can do, but be there, because when love is real, even your presence becomes a prayer. And that prayer, it echoes into the heavens, and the one watching from above, they will smile. They will say, "That's my child. That's the one I love. That's the one who finally remembered that love is louder than pride." Love letter. And if these words feel like they were written only for you, it's because they were. That's how heaven works. No coincidences, only callings. Subscribe so you never miss what your soul was always meant to hear. There's more, always more. Love letter. Let me ask you something now, from soul to soul. What would you do differently today if you knew someone was about to disappear tomorrow? Would you still wait to say what you feel? Would you still hold back that "I miss you," that "I'm sorry," that "please don't go"? Or would you run toward them and say it all? Because no matter what you think, you don't have forever. People leave while we're busy pretending we're fine. They walk out while we're caught up in "I'll tell them tomorrow." And the cruelest part? Sometimes tomorrow doesn't come, but today is here, and it's not too late. This message is your miracle. This moment is your invitation. This is the divine reminder that love, when spoken with truth, can still reach the heart before it closes. It's not about fixing the past, it's about saving what's left of the present. And who knows, maybe this is the conversation that saves two hearts from turning cold. Maybe this is the moment the angels have been trying to deliver for weeks, months, lifetimes. Maybe heaven just wanted you to see how powerful your love still is. So take this moment. Take it with trembling hands and a raw, beating heart. Take it with fear and hope tangled together. Take it and do something beautiful with it, because love is still alive, and so are you. And that's all you need to begin again. My precious child, stay with me a little longer. Don't rush away from this moment. I know life tries to pull you back into its noise, but your soul needs this silence. It needs to breathe in this truth, to remember what love really feels like. When heaven speaks, you might not see it right now, but you are standing in one of the most important emotional windows of your life, the kind of moment that divides everything into two parts: before you spoke your heart and after. Because the one who's leaving slowly, quietly, without fireworks or final words, is still within your reach. The goodbye hasn't happened yet. You can still soften what feels cold. You can still call their soul back to yours, not through pressure, not through begging, but through presence, through vulnerability, through truth. And that truth sounds like this: I've missed you. I've noticed you pulling away, and I don't want to lose you. Not like this. Simple words, but sacred. Heaven sees the pain you hide behind your smile, the ache that comes when the room is quiet and their name lingers in your mind. You try to stay strong. You tell yourself, if they wanted me, they'd show me. But love is not a game. It's not a contest of who can care less. That is not divine. That is not truth. What is truth? Truth is showing up even when you're scared they won't. Truth is choosing softness even after heartbreak. Truth is saying, I still care, even if you don't know if they feel the same. Because the soul who's trying to reach you from heaven, they've seen your heart breaking in slow motion. They've watched you replay every moment with this person in your mind, trying to figure out where it started to fade. They've cried beside you when you didn't even realize you were crying inside. And they are pleading with you now one final time. Please, don't let fear write the ending of this story. Let love write it. Let truth finish the sentence. Let grace be what they remember, not your silence. Because when it's over, really over, all that will be left is the echo of what you didn't say. And you, dear one, you deserve peace. You deserve freedom. You deserve to look back and say, I gave it everything. I spoke with love. I stayed true to my heart. That's the legacy heaven wants you to carry. Not regret, not emptiness, but love spoken, lived, given, even if it wasn't returned the way you hoped. Because real love never loses value. It transforms. It heals. It lingers like light long after the sun has set. And even if this chapter closes, it will close beautifully if you let your soul speak. Love letter. So if your spirit is awake now, truly awake, subscribe, because heaven doesn't just speak once. There will be more messages, warnings, comfort, truth, delivered straight to your heart when you need it most. Love letter. Now breathe in, out. Feel that? That's your soul saying, I'm ready. Ready to be brave. Ready to love again fully. Ready to release the weight of everything unspoken. And when you do, when you speak from your deepest truth, whether they stay or go, you will be free because you didn't hold back. You didn't pretend. You didn't run. You stood in love and said, this is me, I still care. And heaven will honor that. The soul who sent this message will smile, and you, my child, will rise lighter, wiser, closer to love than ever before. My dear child, I know your heart is full right now. I know your chest feels heavy, like something sacred is happening inside. That's because it is. What you're feeling now is not just emotion, it's revelation. It's the presence of heaven brushing against your soul. You've spent so much time wondering what went wrong, asking yourself, why do people leave when you love them so much? But today I want you to stop asking what went wrong and instead start asking, what can I still make right? You are not powerless in this moment. You are not too late. You are not forgotten. This person may be slipping away, but you can still walk beside them a little longer, if only to remind them that they are seen, that they are loved, that they don't have to carry their silence alone. And if they've already walked away physically, if the goodbye has already happened, then speak anyway. Write them a message. Say what you didn't say. Whether they respond or not, your soul needs release, and heaven will hear it, and so will they. Because love is energy, and energy doesn't die, it transforms, it echoes, it reaches. You think they're far away now, but nothing is ever truly lost. The one you miss, the one you're aching for, still carries a piece of you in their heart. They look at the sky and wonder if you think of them too. They touch the memories like old photographs, trying to remember who they were when they felt safe with you. And that soul in heaven who sees everything, they're wrapping their light around you in this moment, urging you not to close your heart. They know how close you are to shutting down completely, but you can't. Not now. Because this pain you feel is not just grief. It's the doorway to your next level of healing. This goodbye you fear could become the beginning of a new kind of connection. But only if you choose love right now. Only if you soften when you want to disappear. Only if you answer the whisper instead of waiting for it to scream. This isn't the end, not of your story, not of your love, not of your hope. There is so much more coming. Before I continue, my beloved child, allow me to pause, for there is a sacred secret I've kept just for you. And now is the moment I choose to reveal it. I bet $100 this manifestation technique works. Every week I coach 5 to 10 people who, no matter what, can't make the law of attraction work for them. 3 weeks ago I wanted to prove a point to the group. I bet $100 with each one of them. The bet was simple. Try this extremely simple manifestation technique. If within 10 days you don't manifest at least 10 times that sum, $100 by 10 or $1,000, you win. From 7 people who took the bet, 6 lost, meaning they manifested at least $1,000. 2 of them manifested over $4,000, by the way. Click the link in the description or comment section to unlock the secret. Here's the technique for you to try out. If you are wondering what happened with the 7th person, she dropped out for personal family reasons and never even tried the technique. My beloved child, now is the time to act. Step forward in faith. God bless you. There are miracles preparing behind the scenes. There are messages you haven't heard yet. There is joy returning to you in ways you won't even expect. And I need you to believe that. I need you to wake up tomorrow with a heart that says, even if it hurts, I will love anyway. Because the strongest souls aren't the ones who never break. They are the ones who choose to keep loving after the breaking. They are the ones who open their hearts to the same people who once made them cry because they know the power of redemption, the beauty of grace, and the miracle of second chances. And you, my child, are that kind of soul. You are strong, you are chosen, you are still needed. Love letter. If this message feels like it was written just for you, it's because heaven made sure it reached your eyes. Don't walk away from this connection. Subscribe, because every word ahead will prepare your heart for what comes next. This is just the beginning. Love letter. One day you will look back on this moment and say, that was the day I changed everything. You will remember the tears, the ache, the courage it took to speak when you didn't know what would happen. And you will be proud, not because they stayed, not because they came back, but because you stayed. You came back to yourself. You chose truth over ego. You chose connection over comfort. You chose to listen when heaven spoke. And that choice rewrote the future. So walk in peace now. You are not alone. You never were. And the one from heaven, they are still here, still watching, still loving you more than you'll ever understand. They are proud of you, and so am I. Go now, child of light. Love bravely. Speak gently. And remember, the door to miracles always opens through the heart, and yours is wide open now.